Hi friend, I am Leigh Keckner. Welcome to day number 29 of Simply Manifesting 33 days to getting your heart's desire, and by golly, you're worth it. If you would please join me for 3 grounding breaths, so maybe I could speak a little more clearly. Just allow your attention to come into the present moment. Allow your mind to calm down a little bit. Allow yourself this time to be present so you can get the presents that are available to us when we come together in a powerful way. Uncross your legs, put your feet on the ground, put your palms in your lap, face up or down. Close your eyes and just take a minute to set the intention of whatever you need for these next few minutes together. If you need clarity, if you need guidance, if you need connection, if you need to experience something positive because you're in a funk, like whatever, however we show up is exactly where we're supposed to be. So just allow yourself to get quiet, allow yourself to be present, and we'll go with the breath in through our nose and out through our mouth, in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. Thank you so much for doing that with me. Today we are talking about miracles, and I'm wearing I don't know where I got it, but it says miracles happen. I think that's what it says. And they do, and we're going to talk about seeing them and allowing ourselves to experience them. Do you remember at the beginning of this 33 days, I asked you to open your mind and your heart, to put aside how you think life is and what your religion says and what you think, and to open to all religions and all thoughts and all possibilities. I want you to do that today. Allow yourself to open a little bit. We have talked in the past about overcoming obstacles. Today we're going to talk about we've talked about welcoming obstacles as beautiful learning tools and teachers. Today we're going to talk about welcoming something a bit more fun, miracles, which I freaking love. And when you're awake, you can experience them, and it's magical. Do you believe in angels? Do you believe in miracles? Do you believe that my dad could show up as a squirrel to say hello to me? A few years ago, I would have said, that's crazy talk. But today I say, hell yes, I do. Why? Because I know that all things are possible. Jesus said, with man, this is impossible. Not with God. All things are possible with God. He didn't say some things are possible, or what my religion believes is possible, or what I think or you think is possible. He said all things are possible. The Bible is full of miracle and possibilities. For nothing will be impossible with God. That's Luke 1:37. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Not some things, all things. The universe, God's source energy, drops breadcrumbs to help us along and to find our way of who we are created to be, and who we really are, who we truly are. It's easy to miss these breadcrumbs if we are walking too fast or looking at our phone. When you start to acknowledge and receive signs from the universe will give you more signs or miracles that will help you achieve your heart's desire with grace and ease, and it will manifest even more fantastically than your human brain can comprehend. Do you remember the story I told you when I got tapped on the shoulder at my kids' playground at school? And the guy asked me if I would talk to him about his mindfulness film. That was out of the blue. Literally, I got tapped on the shoulder out of the blue. And I know this for sure. Out of the blue for me is directly from God. When someone taps me and says, something strange that you haven't ever heard before and you're wondering why you're hearing it, I'm like, I hear it. When we brush them off, we miss the miracle. That shoulder tap started me doing my 33 days chronicling my mindful moments with you guys. I received so many miracles from that, from seeing a tree that had been on a path I've walked 100 times, seeing it for the first time lit up and shimmering, just shimmering. It was like I was watching an animated show, or I was watching some magical, mystical movie. I was like, look at that tree. Because I was being mindful and in the present moment, I got to see the miracle and the beauty of that tree and nature. I got to hear a friend's need because I was present and have a beautiful connection with a neighbor. It was a neighbor. I got to see my children's eyeballs and their hearts in a new way. All of those were, and I got to start doing these 33-day programs with you guys, which lights me up and fills my heart's desire. So that tap on the shoulder, out of the blue, a man talking about mindfulness, gave me the gifts of all of that, because I said yes, figured out what it was, started doing what I loved, and now I'm doing my 33 days with you from that tap, and I'm co-executive producing that mindfulness film with the fellow, just from a tap, because I was awake and present to receive it and to say yes. As I continue to practice mindfulness, which means being all into the present moment, not missing anything that is available to me in the present moment, the miracles continue to happen. There was the time at Dave's set recently when the man was holding open the door, a gray-haired man with a ponytail. I didn't even ask Dave who it was. I'd never seen him before. He opens the door and Dave walks out, and then he looks me in the eye and he said, "David is such a nice man. David is one of the greatest guys I have worked with in the entertainment business. You are so lucky to have him." And I looked in that guy's eyes, not as like, who the hell is this guy? Like, I see you and I hear the message that you're saying, and damn right my husband is a good man. And that's what I need to focus on and remember, not all the things that piss me off. He is a good man. And I feel like that man was an angel in that moment, giving me some information as I walked behind my husband and got to look at my husband and digest those words. And it shifted for me to focus on the good and remember how much I love him, as opposed to getting petty in the day-to-day shit. There was the woman at the eyebrow store when I was taking my two kids to get their eyebrows, and I was pissed off and in my fucking spinning, excuse my language, and I was pissed off and I was staring at the ground and I was pissed. And all of a sudden I see like these, like, I want to say old lady shoes, but these like easy breezy shoes walk up, little loafers, and I look up at her, and sure enough, there was an older gal in front of me, and she was just smiling down at me with just such loving eyes. And I just looked in her eyes and she said, "Are those your children?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "You're so blessed. They're beautiful. You're so blessed." And I almost wanted to start crying because it was so humbling and so beautiful, and I am so blessed. And then she walked out the door and I was like, "Who was that lady?" And they were like, "Who?" Not that she was invisible, but no one saw her but me. And I had this talk with her, and I was connected to her, and she affected me deeply and pulled me right out of that woe is me, pity, gossipy bullshit here, and elevated me right up to pure love. That was a miracle in that moment for me. Today, I have a gal working at my home named Lisa, and I showed her this picture. I said, "This is what I looked like last time I went on this boat trip, and I want to look like this again. You know, I need to start eating healthy and get focused on taking care of my body." And I was saying all this to her, and she was like, "Can I show you a picture of me?" And I hadn't fully done writing today, and I was kind of like, I got a lot on my plate. And I thought, oh, be freaking mindful. And I looked at her, I said, "I'd love to see a picture of you." And she showed me a picture of her where her skin was literally green, kind of a gray green, and her eyes were yellow. And a year ago, she had a liver and damn, what was the other thing? Gallbladder, no, the two organs. She had a double organ transplant 1 year ago. She was on her deathbed, and her face and her body was showing her she was about to die. And she got this transplant. And she showed me that picture, and I just looked at that picture. It looked like she had green makeup on, like for Halloween. I'd never seen a human being like that. And I just looked at that picture, and I got tears in my eyes, and I looked in her eyes, and she had tears in her eyes. And because I was present, and I looked, I saw the miracle of life, and I saw the will of living, and I saw the blessings of modern medicine. And it was such a gift to connect with her on that way, and that was a miracle. And I was moved, and my heart was open, and so was she, and we had a deeper connection as human beings. When you allow yourself to be present, quiet your mind, Be all into what is in front of you. You can experience the miracle. Here's the definition of a miracle: a surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws and is therefore considered to be the work of a divine agency, or God, or energy, or the universe. If you are rushing around with your limited beliefs, you're missing the miracles. A gal out of the blue asked me years ago if I wanted a free life coaching session. It was out of the blue, so I knew it was directly from God, so I said, hell yes! Even though I didn't know how this blonde beauty queen, single actress, was going to life coach me, a married mother of 5. From my one session with her, I ended up at USM, University of Santa Monica, which I called Spirit School, where I got my master's in spiritual psychology. I found out who I am and why I'm on the planet. Our friend recently said she wanted to collaborate with me, and I said, hell yes! We met, and now we are creating the Midwest Motivational Tour. A miracle can be a nice thought from someone, or a suggestion you should write a book. Think about it. Be open to what comes out of the blue. Say yes to the things that light you up. Don't let your fear dismiss it. One way to start this process is to write down what might be signs of miracles today. In a journal, if you have a journal from this process, write down the person who said something to you in passing that was weird. Write down the inspirational quote that you saw on Facebook that moved your soul. Write down the thing that drew you in on Instagram that was an advertisement for something, but it meant something to you. Write them down. Write down the signs that you see and the things that people say and the feelings that you get. Make sure you include anything that moved you a little closer to your desire. Maybe a person recommended you listen to a book. A person told you should go to a workshop. A person said you need to meet so-and-so. A friend of mine named Bill Ferguson has said to me a few times, you really got to meet Jill. You got to meet Jill. The last time he said it to me, I finally heard him. The 3 of us are having lunch on Monday, and I cannot wait to see what the miracles that come from that lunch. Because it's meant to be, I'm supposed to meet this Jill girl, or else it wouldn't have been said over and over by Bill. Finally, I listened. I can't wait to share with you what that is. The miracle can come from an inspirational quote you see on Facebook, I already said. Wayne Dyer, he passed away, but is probably soaring freer than he ever has, said, I am realistic. I expect miracles. Today, may you say, I open my mind to the possibilities of miracles and my eyes to see them. My quote for today is, miracles are present. I am present to receive them. Dear God, you work in magnificent, magical ways. Let us open our mind and heart so that we may see them and experience them. Thank you for the breadcrumbs. Thank you for the messages that we hear. Thank you for the people who show up. Thank you for the things that you drop out of the blue into our lap. Wow, it couldn't get more clear and powerful than that. I just pray that everyone who's listening can remove the limiting thoughts and the silly childhood stories that we hold and all the things that say it's not true and not possible. Because, gosh, we're holding ourselves back from magic. I shower light and love on everyone watching and myself, and let us go forward in our power. Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If I'm correct, tomorrow is day 30. And then we just have 31, 32, 33, and we're done. We have 4 more days. Remember to every day take a cornhole toss closer to your desire. Get outside of your comfort zone and be open to the miracles and the breadcrumbs because they kick ass. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.